welcome back to Get It Done with Gabriel. I hope this little thing works. Because if it doesn't, this video is going to be for nothing. Alright, today we're going to be talking about PEX. So PEX is basically, it's what I like to work with. It's easy to work with, it's flexible, it's way better than copper. I think at the end of the day, there's no reason to use copper unless you have to run a line outside, because PEX actually won't do well with anything that's UV or any sun exposure. So the way that this works is we have fittings and we've got our pipe, and then the pipe can be cut with these little PEX cutters right here. Then you grab a crimp ring. Now this is the 1/2 inch that we're going to be working with right now. You slide the crimp ring over the tube, you get the fitting in, and then you just crimp it with these guys. Boom. Might as well. There we go. Now we've got a crimped connection, and this is going to be watertight. Now the way that I run this 1/2 inch is I use a 7/8 spade bit. Now the two common sizes for PEX are 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. If you're using 3/4 inch, you can use a 1 inch bit to run it through the walls, or a 1 1/8. Now you can see I'm working with red piping right now. Red means hot. So ideally you're going to want to run your hot lines with red. Now they do make just white PEX, but I have made that mistake before where I was just running white all over a house, and you're in a crawl space, and then you go to flush the toilet and steam's coming out of it, and you realize, oh no, I connected the hot to the toilet. So you can have really well laid plans, but sometimes it just gets confusing. So that's why I prefer working with the colored PEX. What they say, when you make a plan, God laughs, because God is a dick apparently. Alright, so these are the different types of fittings that are very common. You're going to have your T fittings, you're going to have your reduction fittings. So basically this goes from a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch, so you can change the sizes. Then you're going to have straight coupling fittings. And then we're also going to have, do I have another one here? Yeah, there we go. It's common. Elbow fittings. So you can do 90, T, you can go straight, or you can reduce the sizes. Now, why would you use PEX over copper? Well, PEX is flexible. It does have a tendency to kind of expand and contract a little bit, so you want to leave a little bit play in it if you can. And then the way that you can connect PEX is very easy, which is a big advantage. And on top of using crimp rings, you can also use shark bite fittings. Now, most people hate these because they're more prone to leaks. In my honest experience, I haven't had too many issues, but you have to learn to seat them properly. So that means that you have to kind of like make a little mark on the pipe. With the case of a 1/2 inch, I think you want to mark in at about 7/8, and then just make sure that you sink it in to that point. Again, in my experience, shark bites have been pretty good. I've been pretty lucky, I guess. And then the way that you remove the shark bites, if it's an older style, is with this little crimp, and then it kind of presses on the ring, and then that comes off. And then these newer style shark bites, you just kind of press it in, and then you turn this into place, and then you're locked in. So that's it. That's the basics. There's PEX A, PEX B. PEX B works with crimps. PEX A will work with expansion. But you can use PEX A with crimps, but you can't use PEX B with expansion. Bottom line is, for a beginner, just stick to PEX B, get the crimper tool. Oh, one more thing. When you were using the crimper tool and you've done your crimp ring, you want to use it's called a go, no-go gauge. Is this going to work? I think it's stuck in there. Anyway, you can see how often I use this thing. But the go, no-go gauge will basically tell you if your crimp ring is crimped enough or if it needs a little bit more crimp. So here we can see this one. It fits right in there. That means that we have a properly crimped fitting. There we go. If you got any questions, hit me up. I'm going to be finishing this 1912 house. Follow me along for the journey. And if you want me to cover anything else, or you got any other ideas for videos that I could do, let me know. Happy to help. See ya.